So this is January 6th. These are the hostages. Approximately 1,500 for a pardon.
Yes.
Full pardon.
Full pardon or commutations?
Full pardon.
Should
there be punishment for the people who assaulted law enforcement officers that day?
Well, I will say this. They've been in jail for a long time already. I see murderers in this country get 2 years, 1 year, and maybe no time. So they've already been in jail for a long time. These people have been destroyed.
It is shocking. It's outrageous, but no, I mean, it certainly didn't come as a surprise or a shock to me. And then this ain't the first time that I've been disappointed by the criminal justice system. But, in this case, it's one man ultimately who is responsible for ignoring accountability for individuals that assaulted police officers. But I heard these distress calls coming out over the radio from colleagues of mine, literally screaming for help at the U.S. Capitol. And I couldn't just stand by and do nothing. So I put on a uniform and I responded. When I got to the Capitol, I found my way to the Lower West Terrace Tunnel. This tunnel, I think, is significant in the fact that traditionally on Inauguration Day, the president-elect will walk out through this tunnel onto the inaugural stage and take the oath of office. On that day, it was almost overrun by thousands of violent rioters, Trump supporters, who were called to the Capitol by the former president himself, now president.
Take that house! Take it now!
I made my way to the front line, and at one point, I was pulled off the police line by an individual. His name is Albuquerque Head. He's from Tennessee. He put me in a chokehold and pulled me out into the crowd. And if you watch my body-worn camera footage, you'll hear him yell out, "I've got one." Once I was out in the crowd, I was beaten, restrained. At one point, an individual, Kyle Young, lunged at me while I was being restrained and attempted to remove my firearm from its holster. All while, other individuals were, kind of egging him on, telling him to kill me with my gun. Another individual, Daniel Rodriguez, used a taser device, applied it to my neck numerous times. And finally, Thomas Sibic stripped me of my badge and my radio, all while I was being, again, restrained and beaten. These are the individuals that pled guilty and were sentenced, and Donald Trump saw it fit to pardon them.
My friend, back please. Sir, back please.
I mean, again, I think that, while their conduct on that day, may not have shocked the conscience, they didn't commit acts of violence that day. These were the leaders of these far-right extremist organizations. I think, unfortunately, the vast majority of American people just don't understand what these groups actually stand for. They see them as, these kind of like pseudo-patriotic organizations, and don't really take the time to investigate or understand the fact that, you know, they are anti-government, and that, you know, many of them preach a white supremacist message and ideology. And listen, you know, oh, absolutely. I mean, Donald Trump just told his supporters that if you commit crimes on my behalf, I'm going to absolve you of any accountability. And so, I mean, really, the rule of law in this country just went out the window. You know, the standard is now it's a crime if you are not supportive of Donald Trump, but if you are, you know, you're going to get a pardon. And you know that whether or not that's actually true, I don't know. But there's a lot of Americans that are thinking that right now. And this is the argument that I make to the individuals that claim, oh, I was just, you know, I just wandered in and swept up in the moment. There is absolutely no way that you made your way into the United States Capitol not recognizing the fact that police officers were being assaulted, that property damage was being done. Anyone who says otherwise is a liar. Now, I've talked quite a bit about an incident that occurred not too long ago in which my mother was in her front yard raking leaves, and an individual pulled up in a truck, got out, started screaming at her about how her son is a traitor, and threw a bag of feces on her. You know, I've had these conversations with my family numerous times, and the last thing I want to do is put them in danger. But I also think that I have a responsibility, given what I experienced on January 6th, to use that experience to draw attention to this and this, you know, just absolute government lawlessness that we're experiencing, you know, one day into Trump's second term.
We got to take care of these people have been treated so badly. It's never happened before.